Hello friends, now I am explaining the concept number 13 in the Java concept pool. This is user defined arguments constructor. Using this, actually in the previous concept I explained user defined arguments constructor. Here little variation I am showing you by using this. When you use this, the code will be more realistic, and you can avoid using of fictitious names for parameters. If you see the previous program, here length, instead of length I used L, instead of breadth I used B. Those are fictitious names for the parameters. Now I want to use actual names, then code will be more readable. Then sometimes for giving fictitious names we have to face problem. Certain problems are practically only can understand that. If we have to use actual names and all that is the most convenient way. And number two is code is quite readable. Now in some other concept, forthcoming concept in JCP, I will explain the this. This is also one of the most complex concepts. You must understand that. Otherwise, your concept understanding is like a chain. If you miss one concept, or if you cannot understand one concept, it is delinked. You know one saying, the strength of the chain depends on the weakest link. Even one conceptual understanding also weak. It defines the whole strength of the chain. That's why every concept you must understand thoroughly. That is the basic objective of this zone. This is a Java concept pool. Now let us come to the point. Now I have used what are the changes compare with the previous program and this program. There I have written L and B, and here I have actual names I have used length and breadth. These are the actual names of instance variables. Now additional code, this dot I used. What is this? We have to understand. Simply you have to explain the name. It refers the caller of the constructor. Who is calling the constructor? This represents who is currently calling the constructor. Now you see this is the constructor call. For whom the constructor is called? For the sake of R2. For whom the constructor is called? For the sake of R2. Now here this represents R2. Now who is the boss of constructor? Let us call as boss. Boss of constructor R2. So R2 is represented here by this. This is a reference, invisible reference. So now whenever I in the previous concept when I explained constructor and its features, then I explained whenever you defined a constructor, a invisible reference is present in the body of the constructor. That is this. This always represent the caller of the constructor. In this case the caller is R2. So if you write this, R2 is represented. Now what is the meaning of this? R2 dot length, R2 dot breadth. So code is quite realistic. Suppose in order to crystallize your knowledge, one more also I give you, one more R2, this R3, new room 2, this is 18, 15. Then R2 print dimensions. Okay, now you see. Now R3 is calling constructor. Now in this case, this is synonym of R3. In this case, now R2 is calling constructor. then this is the synonym of R2. Then in this case R3 is calling the constructor, then this is synonym of R3. So who is calling the constructor? Otherwise simply call it. Who is the boss? Now for this constructor boss is R2. So this acts as as a representative or synonymous to R2. Then in this case R3 is calling constructor, then this represents R3. So always this is a invisible reference. It represents the current object. Simply the popular word whatever people use is current object. This is the current object here, this is the current object here. Suppose some more R3 R4 if you define, when constructor is called then R4 is the constructor. Now code is quite readable, you see. Now in the first case, in this case you see that now 20 is passed to length and 17 is passed to breadth. Then this length, what is the meaning? Then R2 dot length is equal to length, R2 dot breadth, R2's breadth is equal to breadth. Now it is quite realistic. And one more thing you see, here also this length and this breadth I have written. What is this breadth? In this case R2's length, R2's breadth. Actually this is unnecessarily we are writing. If you don't write also, length means length means R2's length only, then breadth means R2's breadth only. Now let us come to this. Then what happens? 18, 15 we are giving, then 18, 15 we are giving. 18 is assigned to length, 15 is assigned to breadth. Now in this case this is synonym of R3, then R3's length is equal to length, R3's breadth is equal to breadth. Understand? Then suppose if you write this, of course this is unnecessary, but for the sake of conceptual understanding, this dot length means R3's length, R3's breadth. So you habituate to write this. This is a very powerful and complex concept. However, once you understand, then you can use it without any doubt and all that. So it makes your code more readable, and you need not bother about which parameters we have to give and all that. Simply whatever instance variable name, same names you can use for the constructor. This is also user defined arguments constructor using this. So hereafter in all our programs you can find this one. And about this many other features I have to explain, and one of the concepts of JCP I will explain it in detail.